Not a terribly long one tonight, but figured I'd pop in here. Guess I've been on a couple lives on Instagram already. Wanted to do one on here where I started from, so I'm gonna see how it goes. Sun is setting off in the west. Interesting, apparently I can't lock the aperture. It's gonna go all auto. So no topic in mind as usual. We'll follow the chat, and if you're a troll, welcome you in. You bolster my numbers, but you will be kicked out if you're talking nonsense. Hey Oscar. Hey Chad. Is that a rooster? A banning rooster? I thought it's about sending you a go live with invite, but we did that before, Chad, and never sure how that's gonna work out. Hasn't ever worked out so far. So yeah, so normally you see me in that position, but now it's summer, and so the only shade is over there. Now sun's going down. I'm on the porch and I got my folding patio chair and geriatric device with that roasted chicken noodle soup Progresso can ashtray. So did you get the pipe yet, Chad? Pipes, I should say. Hey, that guy. I'm guessing that's that yep guy. Do you agree with me on that? Looking at him closer, I mean, it's about as identical as you can by hand, and but I think he didn't quite finish because I know Ken's work, and they're totally smokable, perfectly fine as they are, but you can see by the button and everything, and the sides at the button, he didn't quite have the time to finish them. So Denise is here. She came up, but got her about 2 o'clock, a little earlier than usual this afternoon, and I told her that I had sent you the pipes and my photography of Ken, and I said when you did it, I would, you do your video, whatever, I would send her the links for it, and she thanked me for that. So just my way of honoring Ken's memory. He truly was a Renaissance man. You know, when I moved up here, all the things I see, I was like, holy shit, guy. He had his hand in everything, and he did it well. I mean, beyond well. Ken was one of those guys, he wanted to do everything. He wanted to do everything perfectly. Whether he was right or wrong, in his mind, he wanted to do it what he perceived as perfectly. I'm doing good news was the tennis elbow, still, mostly healed, but still being careful with it. And I don't know if you can see that. I got some half-inch splinters in my arm and didn't realize it till the next morning. There was a half-inch splinter in there, and it was swelling up, turning red, and then I realized there was a deeper splinter that left a harpoon tip in me and couldn't get it out. I tried cutting a syringe off and sucking it out, and to no avail. Just made it inflame more, and then last night it came out, and it was just the tip of it, and about 3/4 of an inch down into my arm, subdermal. So I only had three. What's the freaking pill? Not amoxicillin. I can't remember the name, but I had 3 antibiotics, and I took them. I'll take another one tonight, the last one tonight, but I actually thought I was going to be going to the hospital today to get that cut out. Yeah, back is still bothering me. Right as Denise arrived today, I was walking out the door and I have trekking poles, and I shortened one down to a cane length, and they're adjustable, and I was using that to go out. I went to the store for some porters and came back, but going out, back is still bothering me. Denise will be here probably till Friday morning, maybe Saturday. I don't know, at least a few days. So I mean, around the house, no problem. If I fall down, I can call the neighbors or crawl back to the home. But going into town, my back is so buggered. It keeps going, that twinge of pain where you're, oh shit, you're almost in the oh Jesus position on your knees. Then you can't do shit. Just lay there until you get your mind around crawling to something or finding a way up. But around the house, I'm not going to use a cane. Walking down to the shop, I might, but going into town. But around the house, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, right. Yeah. I, I should have made my cane years ago, but every time I made myself, I saw another vet with a hospital cane, and I give it to them. I've had nurses, you know, find out what I do and say, "Oh, my mother needs a cane." Drove 20 miles, 25 miles back and forth, bringing them a cane for their mother or something. So I have sticks, I have my elbows, I have my knees, and I'm stubborn enough to crawl where I need to go. So there's actually a mill, vertical mill lathe combo built into one machine for sale here in town, $1,500. And I am seriously thinking about it. It weighs 700 pounds, and the seller says he'll load it. My problem is getting it because it's not going to fit in my trooper. I would have to recruit the neighbor again, and I hate to keep asking for help all the time. I'm looking for a full-size truck, but even with that, getting it into the shop is, whew, because it's on rock, whatever, there's a slope very distinct slope, and you can't get a truck all the way to the drive unless you come up the planned driveway, which was never developed. And that's a straight shot up. I was like, how do I get it into the shop? And it's 220. I looked at the specs on it. It's variable 120, 220. This guy has it on the 220. So I could probably get someone to rewire or look at how it's done and switch the motor over to 120, but or just get a phase inverter. But that would allow me to mill things, not just drill. And I could still do the canes because the largest cane diameter I use is 1 inch, and this actually has a throughway in the headstock of 1 1/10 inch. So Simon is asking me for another cane in segments because I can't fit it on my lathe in one piece like I did before, or push it through the headstock. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. I can't buy a truck and buy a lathe too. So trucks are freaking bank up here. Almost nobody doesn't have a four-wheel drive. Even $5, $6, $7,000, they got over 200,000 miles on them. Like, holy shit. Hey, Godcast. I don't know if you heard that. My brother and Patrick, Army buddy, shot and apparently. Jesus. Yeah, I gotta slow down on the beer. Beer is expensive up here. Like $13 for a 6-pack. Even PBR, freaking expensive. And I'm talking quiet because Denise's room is on the end of the house here, and no window here, but around the side. She's tired after a long drive, so I'm trying not to be verbose and wake her up. Yeah, and like the cigarettes, I try to plan everything. I have Walmart delivery now, so don't worry about it too much. But sometimes they pick the wrong thing or they pick the smallest thing. I was like, chicken wings. I wanted to make chicken adobo, and you can't get coconut vinegar up here. I had to spend $20, 18 bucks in shipping on Amazon to get $2 bottles of coconut vinegar. Just came in the other day. I was like, Jesus. And this is like apparently a lot of logging and whatever industry around. So yeah, there's not a whole. There are no Asian restaurants around. Nearest Asian restaurants, Korean, Japanese, whatever, are Medford, 12, 13 miles away, and then some chuck wagons. The only quote unquote restaurant, ethnic restaurant close by is 3 miles away and about $20 a plate for Americanized Hispanic food. So yeah. But it's what it is. I mean, camphor lime leaves, curry leaves. I had to order off Amazon. You're not going to find it here. Curry, you're not going to find it here. But I enjoy my food, and I enjoy cooking more than I do my beer. So it's what it is. Hey, Sayed Yusuf, are you still in the States, Yusuf, or are you back home now? I heard you terrorized and visited my buddy Troy in Colorado. Well, don't forget to say hello to the bots also, Yusuf, because I get a lot of bots here in Boston. The only thing sucks about Boston is they don't have New England clam chowder. They don't even have Boston clam chowder. So, Boston's a great place. Peretti's is a great place. It's awesome. Look at their. It used to be called Scotch Flake. Now I think they call it 1850 Flake or something. Ask them about what they replaced Scottish Flake with. Trust me, Yusuf, you're gonna like that one. Yeah, and anything that's a flake tobacco, they do in house. Anything that's anything other than a flake, they send out. It's their recipe. They've owned these recipes for 100 years or so. They send out and somebody else blends it to their recipe. But no, no, no. The loose blends they do in house. The flakes they send out. McClelland used to do their flakes for them, and then I think Sutliff started doing it. But and Yusuf, be careful. I don't know if you've heard, but there's what was it, the 13th or the 14th? There's gonna be there's planned protests. So keep your head on a swivel. Don't get involved in anything. Keep your head down. Be aware of what's going on around you. Yeah, you happen to still be here at a shameful moment in our country's history. I've been sneezing my ass off. Yeah. You were in direct current on Monday. Cool. I don't know. They tell me I have allergy. They've been telling me, and I have allergy pills I take once a day, but I don't know what it is. They don't even know what it is. But something up here is making me sneeze, making my eyes water and itch. Oscar, what did they replace the Scottish flake with? Is it 1850 flake? Is that what it's called? Ah, so now I got the stuffed nose. EOG. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a player, but yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah, yeah. Just Yusuf, just ask them what do they have that's similar to Scottish flake? It's a Virginia Oriental flake, and I think it had a like a port wine topping on it, something. It's really great. Also, check out their Cuban mixture. It's a ribbon cut, very fine ribbon cut with a very condimental amount of Cuban or cigar leaf in it. Very easy smoke. I gave some to Glenn and Sparky's Pipes and Jason McNary. Not anyway. A few years ago when Glenn was in the States, and even Glenn, he loves that stuff. It's good. Oh man. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Park right now, any park right now is a staging ground for what's coming up this weekend. You know, there is no Captain Black original anymore. It's all being produced somewhere else. I do have their Captain Black White original in my truck. It's several years old before they changed producers. I also have some Carter Hall, and they're both 5 to 7 years old. Still haven't dried out. That's what I'm saying. Enjoy yourself, but right now, given what's going on, just keep your head on a swivel and be situationally aware. Be aware of your surroundings. You were in the military, Yusuf. I don't have to tell you. You don't go into a foreign country or just looking at the skyscraper like a tourist. You look like you know where you're going, even if you don't know where you're going, and you look angry about getting there because you're late. So, but you have friends with you. I'm assuming so. Oh man, really, it just finally gets cool, and now whatever allergy it is kicking my ass. Mm. I've got friends in low main places. Mm-hmm. Now the wind's whipping back up again, so whatever my allergies are, the dry grass or the pine trees or the oak trees or the manzanita, I have no freaking idea, but the wind is coming out of the north. Yeah. Semper Fidelis. Still Department of the Navy. I'm just saying. Yeah. There's no reason, anybody military, you're sent to other regions, other countries, whatever. 9 times out of 10 it's going to be cool. Just be aware of what's going on around you. Don't walk around like a tourist. Act like you know what you're doing, even if you don't. Fake it till you make it, or fake it till you can escape. So, but you have friends, and I'm sure your friends, your hosts. So if you see something, they don't see it, bring it to their attention, or if they see something and you don't, they'll bring it to your attention and say, okay, we gotta go. So yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. This chair is comfortable, but every time I get out of this chair, I realize it's buggering my back because my spine is in this big curvature. Mm, feels good right now, though. I'm probably not even gonna finish this beer tonight. I'm tired and gotta get some food in my belly. And hopefully, Denise likes curry and she likes shrimp, so I'm gonna make, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, green curry, yellow curry, red curry, but with coconut milk, so I'll make that for her tomorrow. I just don't know if I'm gonna be doing it in a back brace or not. Hey, Bonsai. Welcome from Bangladesh. I'm doing good. Okay, Oscar, have a good night. Everybody has a YouTube channel now. I was just seeing if Yusuf was a admin. Yes, Yusuf is an admin. So, we'll get there, Oscar. You know, bunch of caffeine, nicotine, and profanities. I'll get there. I'll make a mental note of it, bonsai, and we'll check it out after the live ends. Good night, Oscar. Oh man. Oh, so you're a new guy. Chat. I have another channel on YouTube and I have another channel on Instagram. I can't even access them because I and I think Named them both Philemon, and I can't access either one of them. Originally from my mother. Yes, and now you're starting to trigger red flags, Bonsai, because anybody that asks those questions can look at my YouTube channel or anybody's profile and see where they're from. You know, hey, Ghost. I'm old enough to know better and old enough not to give a shit anymore. Can't say that I do. Bonsai, I would suggest you get to your point because you're starting to sound like a troll. They're all the typical troll questions. Confidence man, if you will. Trust me, there's a whole bunch of people sitting right here, right now, with their finger waiting to kick you out if you say the wrong thing. I understand you maybe reaching out, trying to make friends, a new channel, but my gut is telling me this is going to go south for you pretty soon. Unless you can redeem yourself, because this is going typical. It's not too hard. Just you have to go through Google and confirm who you say you are. It's fairly easy. Just follow the prompts and I mean, one reason you don't see a lot of the YTPC from the EU so much anymore is because they wanted their anonymity. Despite what their country is doing, they wanted their anonymity on social media. But so a lot of guys, years ago, just totally in the EU, just totally walked away because Google wanted you to prove who you were. I'm gonna have to look at this. Yeah. Yeah, chat. Yeah. Sorry, Bonsai. You're hitting all the wrong buttons. Probably having a conversation with a bot. Thank you, Chad. Oh, dang it. I gotta get out of this hacky sack and. Oh! Wind blew the door open. Oh, boy. I mean, they'll ask you to do a channel descriptive. If you look at mine, gives a little bio, former USN commodities exporter turned pipe carver in 2010. But I give it on YouTube. I think it still says it. I don't know why it wouldn't say it, but I said, I started it basically for my family. But I said, pipes, tractors, locksmithing, whatever, whatever interests me, So put that caveat, whatever you feel like posting, and then no one can say, oh, nice tractor, looks like a pipe, whatever bullshit. Yeah. God, did we get another troll? I am like the troll king of freaking YouTube, I swear to God. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just do what you want to do. I mean, it doesn't matter. You do it because you enjoy it. Don't worry about how many people see it or don't see it. Just do what you do. Chad's numbers are dwindling. I don't know why, but I think there's just so much since COVID. I think there's so many other things. Well, post COVID, I would say. People are in a different mindset generally. And so people are a lot more skeptical now, if you will. So just do what you want to do. If you enjoy it, who gives a shit? And if you enjoy it and it's something that strikes a chord with people, eventually, you know, others, one will get in, two will get in, three will get in. They'll tell their friend, they'll tell their friend, tell their friends. You know how that works. Yeah, I agree with that, Chad. So you have an advantage there starting a channel because people have seen you in the lives and the comments long enough that they're going to check you out. They're going to show an interest. Yeah, I mean that's why I started. It was a way of communicating with my daughters that were scattered across the world. Now they both live in Texas, and one may be moving to Dubai or no, Iran pretty soon. I don't know how that's going to play out now, but and before that she was in Egypt. Then she was in Virginia. Now she's in Texas. Now talking about Iran. Like, but I started it for that. People criticize it's not pipe content. I have other interests. I don't give a fuck if it's pipe related or not. If I do pipes, I do pipes. If I do tractors, it's tractors. If I do a cigar box guitar, it's a cigar box guitar. You know, I have more facets to my life than just one flat plane. Boy, Chad, you are on it tonight. I'm just looking at what you blocked, and I was like, stupid shit. I don't know what it is, Chad. You don't get, nobody gets the trolls I do. I've got 5 people, maybe 3 people in the chat, and I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I've got like 600 views. I was like, no fucking way. You know, 70, 80 maybe something special, maybe 120 views, but when they start going above that's all bots. Thank you. No, I would say set up a alternate account on Venmo or Rumble, and you can sync your YouTube account. So anytime you do a live or post content to YouTube, it automatically transfers and uploads it onto those platforms as well. That's what I do, and I very seldom go there, and I have shit for followers, you know. But if YouTube gets pissy, you still have that content. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think enough people know you ghost. I mean, even if they didn't know you, it doesn't matter. Just do your thing, be you. That's what people appreciate. You don't walk into a karaoke bar, saying I can I can do Chris Isaac all night long, and then you're like, yeah, I don't get it. Just be you. People pick up pretty quickly on what's real and what's not. I mean, I've been saying it for decades. We're the only creatures on God's green earth that can be walking, say, a jungle and see a lion crouched or a tiger crouched and freeze out of instinct, trust our instinct, and then say, well, and then talk ourselves out of it, say, oh, if I move really slow, I'll be okay, and then end up fucking dead. That's kind of like YouTube. It's the same thing. Trust your instincts. Be real. Yeah. And people on social media pick up on that quicker than they actually trust their natural instincts in an environment with tigers and lions or whatever. So talk about whatever interests you. I mean, we're here talking about this now. I'm a pipe carver. I make canes. I was a locksmith. I exported cars, commodities. So I always start my lives as whether it's here or on Instagram, as usual, no topic. We're just gonna flow with the chat. Talk about whatever comes up. You know, if it's trolls, we'll talk about trolls. If it's bots, we'll talk about bots. Just go with it. Let it be what it is. Totally agree with you, Chad. You whatever you talk about. I mean, if you met me or you met Chad from his lives, you met him in Vegas, or you met me at Vegas, or we met up someplace, I would be the exact same person you're talking to now. So would Chad. So would Glenn. You know. So would Everett. I mean, these are guys that are real. I mean, Sarge, probably the same. Sergeant Savinelli. John. You know, Cane rot. All these people, if you met them in person, you would feel like you knew them your whole life because that's who they are. That's what they're talking about. They're not trying to sell something or, even if they are making something, selling it in these lives like we're doing right now, that's not what we're talking about. I'm not sitting here talking to you about my pipes or I may talk to you about what I'm working on as a commission, but I'm not saying I have this coming up if you want it now, you know. Wombats and capybara. Is that the proper spelling, Chad? Yeah, just do it. Don't give two shits about what anybody thinks. If you get trolls, deal with them like we're dealing with them tonight. And but actually those trolls help you out because they bolster your numbers, which pushes it up in the YouTube's fucked up algorithm. So whatever, it is what it is. Could be. I was talking about the capybara. I understand what that is. I'm not certain on the spelling. Yeah, Simon's a great guy. I mean, I love Simon. And forgive me, Simon, for saying this, and I've said this before, even to Simon, we're all creatures of, you know, nature. By nature, we all take whether it's a cat, dog, deer, bear, elk, moose, human, whatever, we all take the path of least resistance. That's why there's game trails in the forests and the hillsides. And humans are the same way. You can give suggestions, advice, like, okay, thanks, and they just keep on doing what they're doing. You know, okay. So, but it doesn't mean we're not friends. It doesn't mean I don't respect them or care about them. But Simon is I would say, though YTPC, and I can't even include John Matches in this. John was a great guy. He was a great friend. But the depth of thought, concern, compassion, if you will, for other people, I think Chad and Simon. I mean, that that's a tie for me, and then Mike Kane Rod. So be that kind of person. If that's your nature. That's not my nature. I have a lot of compassion, but I also am quite adept at calling bullshit when I feel like it. So just some people appreciate that, some don't. Just be you. Sometimes, especially now, the world needs to hear some truth. At least up to the Gen X, Generation X. Because everything since then is privilege and equity and instant gratification. It's total fucking bullshit. That, yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that. I'll fucking go off. Treat people the way you expect to be treated. Do unto others as you would expect them to do unto you. Just gonna leave it at that. If you want to relate that to scripture or not, that's up to you. Yeah. So yeah, you got me on a tangent there. My apologies, but that's what I think. And this is a real life. So I just say what I think, not to offend anybody. Sometimes I say shit. Sometimes there's a almost unhealthy dose of sarcasm, and I like sarcasm because it forces people to think outside their comfort zone. Even if they hate you, it still forces thought. You think, oh, sarcasm comes across as humor, and then they're like, wait a minute, what did he mean? Did he mean this or did he mean this? And that's what I mean about sarcasm. It forces thought. Anyway, you can see the Elton John is letting me down and the sun's going down on me. But I'm going to finish this beer with you guys and then we'll call it a night. And I'm going to go get some Gaspetti in my belly. Get in my belly. And then tomorrow I have to decide what green, red, or yellow curry I'm going to cook. Shrimp curry. So, and power poles there, so I have no power to the shop. So any commissions, birthday commissions, finish first, but stem is slotted and funneled and can't work in the shop because the power cord stretches across the driveway and it's like $300 for every segment of that. So I don't want to be driven over. So whenever Denise leaves, there's no rush. I don't care. But so I'll finish up my second commission, and then I have another commission to finish, and then I have Peter Piper in New York City. NYC has one coming up, which is gonna be it's gonna be more insane than his opera pipe. Yeah, so tap the screen for exposure ain't helping now. It's so dark you don't care. Masochist. Or you're a masticator. Oh, oh, let me coin a new word. Polymasticator. So, chew more than once. Or chew more than with one. I'm not sure how that translates. Or we could just use your word, Chad. Just polymasochist. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling it now. It's gonna suck to get out of this chair. I'm gonna start scouring the internet, Chad. And I actually, well, we talked yesterday in your live, and rather than me making you a four-string cigar box guitar, I'm I'm gonna order you a kit, and this is something that you can do with your son together. And this will be just a basic, but if you want to add, a resonator or whatever, like a steel guitar, or if you want to add electronics to it, I think it'd be really cool. So, I mean, that actually, to me, means more doing this for you and your son to have a project together, like building a hot rod together, than it does for me to just make it and send it to you. This way you can make it whatever you want it to be. Does it make sense? Yeah, I think it will. I did. I don't know if you saw my video years ago. I had the CBD on my tractor, and I put a blues track to it, and everybody said I didn't know you played guitar. I was like, I don't. It's just a soundtrack. But I used to make CB cigar box guitars, and I did a four-string for my nephew, who is now a sous chef. So yeah, I doubt anybody has it around anymore. Yeah, I mean, to me, when we were talking about it yesterday in your live, I was like, this is cool because obviously you're not gonna have a '57 Chevy or a Mustang '65 Mustang or a Boss 302 in the shop, and this, you're building it together. But I was like, you both have a music interest. I was like, so to me, that's tantamount to the equivalency of that. So I think that would be really awesome. It's something you can both enjoy and be frustrated with together, and develop together, and refine together, and it's a memory. It creates a memory. I gotta turn on the light because I'm looking more blue on blue than blue on blue. There we go. Sorry for the abrupt seating. My back sucks. I can't transition. I just have to drop. Fudge. When you hear me say the word fudges, I'm trying not to use the F bomb. So, I know I use the F word too much, so, and I'm aware of that. I'm conscientious of it, but sometimes better descriptive. It can be an adjective, it can be a verb, it can be a noun, it could be a pronoun in the right situation. So I'll finish this cigarette with you guys, and then I'm gonna call it a night. But I wanted to pop on here because it is always, I mean, you guys in YouTube are the ones that coddled my vision, for apparently 17 years according to Facebook. So I really appreciate that. I mean, where I am now, everything that's happened, happy or sad, whatever, has brought me exactly to this point with you guys, right? And I'm living on borrowed time now. I'll be 60 next month, and so I want to make sure you all know how much I appreciate all of you. So the mic is open. Whoever wants to take the floor, take the mic, take the soapbox, if you will, feel free. The word practice, the word practice, or the word practice. I'm yeah, define that a little more, Ghost. Ghost, I don't recall your given name. What's your given name? I mean, if you want, if you don't want, that's fine. I couldn't, honestly, I couldn't give any, and I doubt Chad would either. I think he would agree. I doubt there's any other advice we could give you. Just be you, be true to yourself. Some people, from time to time, will post things on social media about you, and as Chad knows, and everybody you may know, if they say things, I just let it show in the chat. Everything, I would say this: anytime somebody comments, set it up so that everything has to pass through a review first before it's allowed to post onto social media. And even if it's negative, if it's so fucking stupid, so insulting, what I do is I say, I post it and then I reply to it. I'm just gonna let this go. I'm gonna post it for a little sunshine so everybody can see how fucking stupid you are. If you don't like it, change the channel. Why did you feel obligated to leave a snarky or snide comment? You know, you know, kick rocks. But other than that, most times I just don't upload it. I delete it. I don't let the comment fly unless it affects my livelihood, which would, for as far as a livelihood, my credibility, my honor, my integrity, or it affects my family. And then I'll do a video, and they're usually short videos. They're like 3 minutes or less, and I comment and I say, fucking kick rocks. If you want to go public on this shit, bring it on. If you want to name names, we can name names. Keep talking shit, so deal with it right away. Nip it in the bud. Okay, Mark, thank you. Yeah, if you feel you have something that's in the comments, if you feel you can deal with it, you're secure enough in your own beliefs, approve it and let it post, and then reply to it and just point out that everybody can understand from an unbiased point of view how stupid they are. Just let the sunlight shine on it. I think everybody's mental health is shit since COVID. So, I mean, I didn't do any lives really. I do videos, but I started doing lives during the COVID and the mandates because I had been incarcerated. I had been on isolated duty, and unless you're, I just knew in my gut that most people weren't adapted or ready to deal with that. So, and that's why I started doing the lives, and that's why I said there's no agenda, there's no topic. We'll talk about whatever you talk. And I was just trying to be there in whatever capacity I could, agree or disagree, as long as it remains respectful. Then we can talk about anything you want to talk about. And people need that, especially in this world now since COVID. We're all humans. We all want to be the best we can be. We all want to, you know, may have visions of a glorious life or a privileged life, but that's not the reality for most of us. A lot of us have to struggle day to day to get to survive, So just just recognize that and do that. Bullshit is bullshit. What's real is what's real. It doesn't matter what the rest of the world says. What's real is what's real to you, and the people that are listening to you or friends with you, they probably have similar values. So just be yourself. You don't need to go for the numbers game and the monetization. You should just do what you do. We all have challenges, and what gets us through it, like for me tonight, I'm in a lot of fucking pain, I'm smiling and whatever, but yeah, I'm fucking hurting. But I'm here because this is what gets me through it. Hey, Brutal. How you doing, buddy? I'm not going to be on too much longer. I'm just about getting ready to sign off, but take a few minutes and talk about whatever you want to talk about. As usual, I'm going with the chat. I have no agenda. always, always, I'm thinking about going to bed, and Bruto's saying good morning. So, mm, I'm past the coffee and the nicotine and the profanities. I'm onto alcohol and going to bed pretty soon. Yeah, I, Chad. I mean, honestly, I say my prayers for everybody, all of us, believe it or not, every single night. And when I lay down in bed, I said, "Thank you, God." I say a prayer again. I said, "Thank you," because that's the only time. And I sleep for shit. But as soon as I lay in the bed, the back pain, the leg pain, all goes away. And I'm thankful for that moment. And then I spent the rest of the night waking up every 2, 3 hours or kicking the shit out of the wall. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, Brutal. I love it up here. They say you can't go back to your childhood, but my childhood is only 120 miles away, and this is it's very similar, right? So I'm grateful for this. Okay, Chad, do you? I forgot. Do you have the items yet, Chad? Well, when you do, we can do a video chat or something and give a little background and everything. And I look forward to that. I quite honestly, I do. And I'll pay for the shipping. I just want you to do the giveaway, and I'll pay for the shipping and everything. I'm assuming you have PayPal or whatever, Chad. So I'll just shoot you the money, whatever it costs to ship it. Okay, thanks, Chad. So when are you thinking about doing your first video, Ghost, Mark? Let me know, and I'll give you a shout out. I'm sure Chad will too. Yeah, yeah, brutal. Ghost Rider Mark is thinking about doing his first videos. So tell him just be you. Chad said pretty much the same thing. Just be you. You know. Uh, yeah, brutal is the same thing we told Mark Ghost Rider. Just any tips for new presenters? Just be yourself. You know. Just be yourself. If you're phony or overly obliging, overly condescending, people will pick up on that really quick. Just be yourself. And if you want to talk about a topic, put it in the title, and then focus on that. Um, if you just want to do lives, like I do, just no topic. We'll just follow with the chat, whatever the chat wants to talk about. If you're just going to present a video, have a topic, have it thought out, and have a rough outline. I mean, even Matches, when he first started, he had notes in front of him to keep him on track, and he was quite awkward when he first started. But it became a natural. It just kind of, you learn. And it's much easier now than it used to be because you were looking at a camera lens. So you didn't have any feedback as a photography, someone with a photography background. That's quite awkward. Um, but nowadays you have the smartphone, whatever, or you have the Olympus or whatever with the flip screen. If you're doing it on a DSLR, you can see the screen, so you're looking at your own face in the screen, but it's something to cue on. You know, it gives you feedback, and you can see what your mannerisms, if it looks awkward or exaggerated, doesn't look natural. You learn to slow your tempo, your cadence down, and at some point you just fall into it, and you just, it is what it is. You're yourself. Yeah, I mean, if you think it's important and you're just doing a video, that's one thing. But if you're doing a live, I think it's better just to have no agenda. If you have something you want to say it, and then just go with the chat. Let the chat talk about whatever they want to talk about. I mean, you look at Cane Rod now, Mike, and he might have something topic he brings up to start with to initiate the conversation. Then it all goes to hell in a handbasket after that, and it just ends up answering chat questions, which is what we're doing tonight, and that's totally cool. I mean, that's natural, you know. I think that holds more value for most subscribers, viewers, participants than anything else does. Just be yourself. Go with whatever the chat wants. I mean, I didn't come here on here tonight thinking I was going to be talking about how to do your first video presentation or a new presenter. You know, I, but that's where we are. So I'm going with what you guys are talking about. Yeah, and I can understand it, but it doesn't hurt to start your channel now and talk about it and talk about your vision, your goals, your ambitions, and you'd be surprised how many people support you, recognize that. There are going to be people that see you as a new pipe carver and say, and they're going to be trying to, hook and crook and finagle whatever way they can. But for the most part, I would say 80% to 85%, from my experience, are going to be quite genuine, and they're going to support you, and they're going to enjoy seeing the process. I mean, same with Simon, same with me, same with JD's pipes, JD Wolf's custom pipes now. You know, people enjoy seeing that evolution, if you will. Okay, hey, swing into profits. Anyway, I think we got another troll here or a bot. So, anyways, guys, I am gonna sign off. I'm gonna get some food in my belly and get some sleep, and see you soon. Catch you on the flip side. Remember, as I always say, be good. If you can't be good, be great. If you can't be great, be fucking awesome. Love you guys. Take care. See, it's been so long since I've been on YouTube, I forgot how to shut this shit off. So, good night, guys.